If you are currently stuck in trading and you are not seeing the results that you want to see, I very much recommend that you watch this video until the end because I'm going to be dropping sauce. And I very much recommend as well that you have a notebook out, that you are jotting down notes, learning something, walking away from the video with something. That way it's not going in one ear and then falling out of the other, and you're actually benefiting from the time that you are putting in. And that's exactly where I'm going to start. The work hard, the time that you put in, the grind, whatever you're going through right now. You are stuck. You are working extremely hard in order to become a profitable day trader. And that's just what we were taught in life. It's just working hard is going to get you better consequences. The more you go to the gym, the buffer you're going to get. The more you study, the better grades you're going to get. That's what we are taught, and that is just how the world works. But in trading, something you have to realize, and it is extremely important, that you get not better at working hard, but you get better at making better decisions. This completely switches the whole fundamental dilemma of what success is. Trading is completely different. Again, we are paid off of our decision making, not how hard we work. Of course, your first year or your first couple years is all about learning strategies, learning trading as a whole, learning how the market works. Yes, grind that aspect of it. But when it actually comes down to trading, when it comes down to market open, it's not about working hard anymore. It's about how wise are you? How good are you during fatigue? How good are you under pressure? And how good psychologically are you going to be able to hold yourself? This is just the first thing above all. All roads are going to lead back to psychology. Here's where it can get tricky though. We are, again, like I said 3 times, we are paid off for decision making, but it's very easy to make a bad decision and get rewarded for making that bad decision. What I mean by that is it's very easy to break your rules, maybe get into a trade a little bit early, and then you're going to reward yourself subconsciously because you got into the trade and maybe it won, or maybe you closed early, maybe you just ended in profit. That's what my point is. You ended in profit, you ended with a green P&L. And since you're so new to trading, your subconscious is automatically going to correlate a green P&L with doing good, with performing well. But you did break your rules and you did something, you made a bad decision in order to get that green P&L. So now you're in a psychological fatigue almost because you're rewarding yourself for something that you don't really deserve, and you also got something out of it. But well, you got something out of it, right? You got this green P&L out of it, but you cheated your way to that green P&L. So since you rewarded yourself for it, your brain is going to trigger this as something that is good. For all you know, you made a good decision, you won the trade. So now, whatever system or whatever you did this time, it's not going to be hard to implement the next time because you were rewarded for it, and you did so by breaking your rules. You did so with bad psychology. So then, it's completely okay for you subconsciously to go into the next trade and break your rules. And let's just say this time it doesn't pan out and you don't get lucky. You made a bad decision and you didn't get the reward this time. You made a bad decision and now you're going to get punished, and let's just say you have a red P&L. You're not going to have any edge breaking your rules. You are going to see a lot more losses than wins if you are cheating the system, if you are cheating your strategy, if you are cheating the process. So it is so extremely important that you guys are back testing, you guys are forward testing, you guys are building data on the strategy that you guys are going to want to trade. Why is it so important that you have back tested models and you have numbers based on your models? And I'm not just talking about one strategy. I'm talking about the one strategy you trade in different trading conditions, on different higher time frame price action, different times of the day, different times of the year, maybe with or without certain confluences. You need to know exactly how your strategy is going to work in completely different situations, so you are able to understand your model with a full 360 view. You know your model like the back of your hand. When you have the numbers, when you have the data, when we have proof that the strategy and or system is going to work, this then again triggers in the back of our head, in the back of our brains. Our subconscious soaks this in. Our subconscious soaks in proof way better than anything else. So we are always going to believe proof way more than anything else. And now you're going to be going into the market with X win rate. Maybe you have a 75% win rate. So now you are going to trust your strategy a little bit more. And you are going to be able to take a loss because nobody in their right mind, right, would know that they have a 75% win rate and then go and revenge trade after a loss. Well, that's wrong as well. It is a full loop, and I'm going to keep going into it. Just bear with me here. When we take a loss and when we overvalue the idea of trading, right? We care too much, obviously. We put so much work into trading. We put so much of our time, effort, tears, blood, whatever into trading. So when we take a loss, it means so much to us, again, because we overvalue trading. We are so attached. We are attached emotionally to trading. So when we take a loss, even if we have the numbers based on our back-tested strategy, our anterior cingulate cortex and our amygdala, two parts of the brain, the two strongest pieces of the brain that are responsible for emotions and the way that you feel, the way we are going to comprehend information, this part of the brain is going to completely numb the frontal lobe of our brain, which is responsible for rule-based and logical thinking. So, with that X% win rate, it completely gets thrown out of the window because our emotions are so strong. It's numbing our front part, our frontal lobe of our brain. So our emotions are going to override logic, and we are going to, again, since we are so attached, so emotionally attached, we are going to get on the charts and we're going to revenge trade, or we're going to overtrade, or maybe we're going to take another entry, whatever the case may be. It is a full loop. It doesn't matter all the time, just if you have all the numbers on your strategy, because your emotional thinking and your attachment is just going to completely override the piece of logical thinking that you would have used with that X% win rate in order to make the good decision to get off of the charts. But again, that's not enough. A lot of us are not strong emotionally because we care too much. All roads are going to lead back to detaching from the idea of profitability and being successful in trading. We are so delusional. We love the P&L. Prop firms and all these big trading websites have completely gamified trading. So the only thing that we care about is our P&L. As long as it's green and as long as it's a big number, we're good. We feel good about ourselves. We don't really think deeply about the way that we got that P&L because it hurts our ego. Our ego hates to confront the problems that we know that we have. We are going to avoid it at all costs. So our subconscious isn't even going to tell our conscious brain to think about the mistakes and think about all the bad things that we did. We would rather sit happy with that green P&L, and this is exactly what is holding you back. Even if you cheat your way and you somehow end up green, breaking your rules, you're not even going back and acknowledging the things that you did wrong. And like I said in the beginning, the mistakes and entering early and breaking our rules is not going to have edge or probability in the market long term. Yes, it can reward you now, but your brain doesn't know the difference. Your subconscious isn't sitting there analyzing the trade, seeing what you did right and what you did wrong. That's your conscious brain working. Your conscious brain is going to look at the charts and obviously decipher whether this was a good trade or not, but our subconscious is going to more entail the emotion aspect of it, and it's going to tie an emotion to it. So when we're green off of cheating, we tie a positive emotion to it. So we're comfortable doing it. And when we are comfortable doing something, our brain is more likely to default to doing that thing in the future since we were sent a good signal about doing it before. So the more you revenge trade, the more rules you break, the more you do the stuff you know you're not supposed to do, it's always going to be what you default to, so you can then be comfortable, because for some reason we think a red P&L, and we've painted this awful picture around being red and losing. So what you want to do is comfort yourself, and you don't want to confront what you know you should confront. Your emotional thinking overrides your logical thinking, and it's a complete loop of attachment and caring way too much about your P&L and the number on your screen, which is the most artificial, stupid thing ever. Why? Because we are in trading for the long term. If you're in trading for the short term, genuinely, what are you doing? But think about it like a doctor. A doctor goes to school for 8+ years sometimes. They don't get paid during that 8 years. They're not raking in $400,000 a year. But after that 8 years plus of schooling, they get out and they get jobs. I don't really know what the process looks like for doctors, but they then start making money after that 8 years, and their money is obviously very big. They're making a lot of money. Same thing with trading. We get into trading and we expect, and we just want to make $300, $400, $1 million in the next 3 years, but that's not realistic. It's not what trading actually is. The internet has fooled you to think that that's what trading is, but it's really not. It's a process. It's a long-term process. your first couple years, your first 3 years, 2 years of trading should all be about education, should all be about mastering your brain, should all be about making good decisions. This is our education in the market. So when we take these losses, we have to be able to step back. And if we're not able to step back and we're going to go and break our rules and give into bad psychology, we are just hurting ourselves way more in the future, again, because we default to what we're comfortable in. And if we're comfortable with breaking our rules after a loss, it's just going to be the normal for us, and doing anything different, doing the things that we're supposed to do, is going to be foreign. Let the money come in the long term. Right now, you need to focus on building a system, getting back tested reps in, getting forward tested reps in, getting live reps in, maybe on a funded account, but very important that you are such low size. The biggest issue that I have with prop firms is it teaches you to not trade for profitability. It teaches you to trade under their own standard, right? So they're literally controlling you like puppets, right? They have consistency rules, so it makes you trade inside of an unnatural pattern. They have $150 minimum winning days in order to have a payout after you have 5 of them or whatever. This is forcing you to trade more quantity than quality. It's forcing you to cheat your way and cheat these $150 days. I could go on and on. They force a rebill on you at the end of the month to force, again, quantity trades rather than quality. There's a lot of issues with prop firms, but they just teach you to not trade for profitability. So when you're so new to trading, you're getting molded into this trader that doesn't even know what profitability looks like. You're just trying to play a video game. You're literally gambling on these prop firms. So it's extremely important that you are low size and you're not falling victim to the prop firm system. The prop firms want you to size up because the only way you can pass their accounts is by sizing up. So it's better for you to just be low sized, right? Focus on your trading, focus on your reps, focus on what actually matters, right? Because when we put our value into money and we put our value into P&L, we're going to get way too attached. It's an easy thing to love. It's an easy thing to fall in love with, is money, right? It's not as easy of a thing to fall in love with the hard work and fall in love with the process. But if we learn to fall in love with the process and bettering our trading system, we're not going to have a value attachment. We're not going to care all that much about the money. We're going to care about bettering ourselves first. And when we care about that, we are going to be working on making better decisions. We are not going to be focused on making a better P&L. Since we care so much about our success and we care so much about our future, our value is going to go into the correct things. When we put our value into artificial stuff that isn't going to matter in 5 years, all it's going to do is produce bad psychology that we are going to have massive struggles getting over in the future because we have so much repetition into it and we're so comfortable doing it. When we focus on, okay, maybe I did this wrong with my strategy, maybe I didn't see this today, maybe I should check that tomorrow, whatever I did wrong today. Since I value my success, my journey, my process, I'm going to write this down, I'm going to journal it, I'm going to learn from it, I'm going to be better, and I'm going to take a huge step forward. Just because you want to trade, it's not a step forward, but that's how the whole industry views it, is a winning trade is, that's good, we did really good for the day. But again, you could very easily cheat your way to that winning trade by whatever, breaking your rules, getting to a trade early, whatever the case may be. Value your day, every day. Journal, not how much money you made, journal what you did right. Okay, yeah, you might have lost your trade, cool, whatever, right? That's just a part of the game, probability, and our brain hates probability, but learn to love it. Learn to understand probability, learn to understand how the game of trading works. This wasn't thrown out and probably taught enough, but us as humans, we hate probability. Why do we hate probability? Because our brain hates uncertainty. We hate not knowing what is coming next. So we have a void to fill. We have an ego to fill. So we want to make money. We want to get on the charts and we want to force trades. But again, that's just not what you're supposed to do. This is just another one of those humps you have to get over in order to become a profitable day trader. You have to get over it. And you have to learn to prioritize what matters first, because if we're in this for the long term, we shouldn't be sacrificing our long-term gains for our short-term satisfactory. So, moral of the story is trading is just a big loop of psychology. It seems like it can never be fixed. I was in this loop. I lost $100,000 doing this, right? It's a loop that goes over and over and over again. But this loop, this hamster wheel, you didn't have to get on this hamster wheel. but you chose to get on this hamster wheel. You can be on this hamster wheel, stuck in this box, and focus on money and go through all these bad psychology loops, or you don't have to be in it. You can literally just do what you're supposed to do and you can become profitable. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's challenging, but this is what's going to make you profitable and make you the person that you want to become at the end of the day. So if you watch this full video, I really appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram at Nate_trades. I'd love to talk about you and your specific situation. DM me. I'm not going to try and do nothing, sell nothing. I love talking about this. I have such a passion for trading psychology because I fell down the rabbit hole for, man, like a year, and I made out of it. So I love to help people who, were in my position, and I love to help you guys out. So hit me on Instagram, and see you guys in the next video. Subscribe. I'm dropping sauce.